Okay, so to begin with, I've combed Cara's hair through, and you can just see I'm smoothing a couple of drops of argan oil through. This just makes combing easier, makes the hair easier to work with. Okay, so to begin, I'm taking a triangle section at the front of Cara's hair, and if your model has got a fringe, it's important to make sure that you get all the fringe sections into this first section. You can see here I'm just adding in a little bit more hair, making sure the hair's combed through and tangle free all the time. Okay, so to begin, I divide that triangle section into two and take the first section on the right under the centre section, and then the section on the left under the new centre section. There we go. Okay, so that's your first three sections done. Now, you can see that when I take my second section, I'm taking it from right beside the triangle there. And what this does is help anchor the braid to the head, especially because we've got all those little fringe sections we want to keep in there. And look, I'm doing exactly the same on the left-hand side, bringing that underneath the centre section, keeping my sections combed through all the time to make them easy to work with. Okay, so now I'm ready to take my side section. You can see that I use the tail of my comb just to bring that section up. And I'm holding the two sections I'm not working with in my opposite hand, and then you can see I add that into the plait section from the right hand side and bring it under the centre. Then I hold the two sections I'm not working with in my opposite hand, so I can use the hand freely on the side that I'm working with to bring that side section up with my tail comb. Join it in with the plait section on that left hand side, bringing it underneath. Bringing the hair underneath the central section is what makes this a reverse French plait as opposed to an ordinary one. And you can see as the plait's starting to form that it sits up from the scalp. Again, I'm taking my next section from right up beside the plait. As well as helping to anchor the braid to the head, this also makes the amount of hair that you've got in each section more manageable, so that you're not pulling up great big sections of hair from the side each time. Now you'll see that I'll take a full section using my pintail and just bring that up. You can see that I'm plaiting Cara's hair wet. This is often easier to do when you first begin. A lot of people think it makes the hair more manageable and easy to kind of style, but it's really up to you. Practice with the hair both ways and see what you find easier. One of the benefits of plaiting hair like this wet is that if you sleep in it overnight, when you wake up in the morning, you get a lovely kind of kinky curly texture to the hair. You can really see the braid starting to come together now, and again taking sections from near the plait, keeping my sections combed through and well separated as I go. You can see that I pass the two sections that I'm not working with from side to side as I go. Now in a second, because we're on the sort of widest part of the head, the occipital bone, I'm just going to push Cara's head slightly forward. And what this does is help to keep the braid nice and tight into the nape of her neck. And as you can see, there are a few little pieces of the braid that are sticking out. Now this is because Cara has got layered hair. It doesn't really matter. If you wanted to be really precious and keep it really, really tidy, you could get a tiny amount of gel on your fingers or hairspray and just tidy those little ends in using the tail of your comb or just using your fingers. And you can see as I come down to the nape of Cara's neck, I'm making sure I get all those little baby hairs in, and I'm holding the plait nice and close to her neck. And then I'll just continue right down to the ends, taking the hair underneath. And then I'm just going to fasten the end with a little snag-free elastic. These are great. They're much better than rubber bands. They don't get tangled in the hair. There's no metal on them to snag in the hair. And there you go, there's your basic braid. And you can see here I'm just using my comb to tidy up, and I'm just combing through and pushing the hair into the centre against the braid to just tidy the whole thing. And there you go. That's a reverse French plait. I hope you like it.